Because that looks like you there, but you know, you are actually like a director of the animal kingdom on the other side, where our original selves exist. I already started, I just can't hold it because I started seeing it right away. And there's beautiful, there's deers next to you, and you're kind of like you're feeding them energy from your hands. It's like you're touching them. And I see that the licking your hands and they're getting stronger. And then I see this interesting water. When they splash into it, it goes in slow motion. It doesn't go like our water. It goes like it forms like a splash, and it goes like shh, like a slow motion movie. And you say it's behind the ice wall that is melting right now. How interesting. I was just thinking about it today. And you're saying that there's a forest wall behind it, and then there is it's kind of like a sand and clay hmm. Oh my gosh, it's how do you describe this thing? It's just like a line on the floor and the where we step, but it's made out of the layers so you can see the layers, how it's been built. The artificial layer first was built, but this is a natural layer, but then there is a tunnel that goes underneath, and you call it like a rabbit's hole. And you say that we're falling, you say Alice is falling through. And Alice is a personification of the whole humanity, of all the people who are awake. Because Alice in Wonderland is awake. She sees the animals as humans, and that's who they are. They just decided to wear different suits in this life because, and they didn't want to do the programs of, um, they wanted to do a different program of survival. They didn't want to deal with materialistic stuff like money and clothing and all this, stuff like shelter much. They just wanted to be themselves without programming of that heavy kind of layer of human self that we call ourselves, but we're not really it. We're not that what we call myself. You say your real self is here. It's with the animals because you're made out of energy and you can intensify the energy vibration. You can lower it. When you lower it, you can pass through the tunnel and show up in Antarctica. If you want to go through other tunnels and portals, you can, but you can adjust your vibration to that. And you have to focus on your task because people are so unfocused on the planet, they can't figure out anything. They just see what they see, and that's a little tiny like one direction they follow, but you're saying that you're all over the place because you have the ability to focus on different tasks at the same time, and you're like helping the animals go back and forth from the planet where they've been seated to the planet Earth, where they're supposed to exchange DNA with other species of the same family to improve their bodies, maybe. Sometimes they need to improve their bodies to adjust to different planets that have been created by us as creators, because we're multidimensional, multifunctional energy blobs, as you say. And we're super powerful. We can stretch out and become very big, or we can shrink and become smaller. You're showing me your electric blue energy. Like it stretches, become light blue, it matches the sky and then goes back in and it becomes like brighter color. But You look like a male to me, like a male energy, very strong. Male energy, but very kind. Like you like everything alive and everything moving, and you're fascinated by the species coming from the other planets, and you keep a journal of them. You like different, in human language, it would be breeds of animals, kinds, because there's so many different kinds. There's even like, they look like bunnies with the horns, little horns, but they're like antennas. They connected to this funky kind of space. It looks like a Saturn, but it's like energy world where they've been created inside. It's inside the planet. They are in a cocoon and they modify themselves. It's like around them there's like a mirror thing, and whatever they think, oh, maybe I should make my eyes bigger, they make their eyes bigger, and they play around with their features, and then they come out to live on different planets to see how it plays out in the environment that they picked. And you like that. And you can't sleep, you sleep with them. You sleep with these animals. They look like foxes with like fluffy tails, and they cover you with the tails, like one overlapping each other, like a blanket. There's a lot of people there, actually. There's a lot of very nice people who've been here on Earth as like scientists who've been forbidden by the system, who wanted to bring free energy, but they've been basically deleted, as I say, by the matrix algorithm because they couldn't build anything they wanted to build here, because the programs are too strong and too low in vibration to be able to implement that technology. The people would not take it. They would consider it evil, but it's not. And they are ready to, I mean, I'm like approaching with you, you're showing me there is like a glass, like a cone, and it stands on the grass, and it has this like structure of a pink crystal. It's transparent, and I see like human looking body inside, but it's like, I mean, it's made out of energy, and it has this kind of interesting suit made out of leaves. It's like connected leaves, but into fabric. I don't know how to say it, but and like when I touch it, it's soft and warm. And it says if you go into that cone, it warms you up and brings your frequency up to the very your highest potential, but I see 920 megahertz. So it's like it's super fast. And I see like every atom. I want to say cell, but it's not a cell. It's like a microorganism, and it's your body is built microorganism, micro energetic substance that is rotating real quick, and your body is composed of those little quick moving spinning energy balls, and those energy balls start spinning so fast, and you heat up and you like burn up all the unwanted thoughts and creations, and then you come out as renewed and new and fresh in your mind and feeling like a child full of potential, because there's something about draining of potential of the clones, hybrids, and fake people, like backstage people of this world that's physical, because these two worlds are connected as dualistic opposites. And you say that I came to this world right now after 116 lives in that old world that is beautiful. I came here for 2 lives. This is my third life on Earth because I really wanted to see, but they kept postponing it. The blossoming of the new era. It's supposed to spin out of proportion now and erupt. And when it erupts, it's like a volcano's lava covers you from head to toe, and you're so shocked and surprised. Some people will be shocked, some people will be standing in wonder because they've been wanting to see it their whole life. And that's what you're here for. And then you start speaking to these beautiful yellow flowers. They have only 4 petals, but they're like big, giant, round. And they have this greenish blue, like balls, fluff inside. And that fluff starts moving, and from that, there's like little butterflies come out. But the butterflies, they have like kind of like heart shaped wings. And you say that you know that the butterflies can actually carry messages, and anything that flies, like birds too, they can carry messages to humans. Like you have to pay attention. If you see a bird, the bird gets close to you. You can hear in your head the message it brought to you from the other self you that is more alive, that is not covered with programming layers, that doesn't have those heavy, low vibrational emotions put upon you through matrix, through dreams, through programming, and through others people touching your energy sphere from outside with their energies. And it's just beautiful. And you actually have this big blue eyes, like very dark, like blue water. And you have this blonde hair, like just like it's totally white, like a sheet of paper, like snow. I don't know. Then it's down to your shoulders, but it feels like a male energy you are. Mm. And then you're showing me horses, but they're like pink. They're like pink energy horses. And they have this beautiful hair. It's white too, kind of matches you. And you jump on the horse, start walking around, and you say that you're gonna show me a special place where children are. And you're saying, see, there's so many children are just that they lose their bodies and all those terrible events happening on the other side of the planet, and their souls come immediately here. They're in a crystal dome, they're raising their vibration, they're with these little animals. I see like little mice, like bunnies, like other, I don't know, there's raccoons, but they're different color raccoons. They're more like purple. They're really funny. They have this fluffy, and they look at you like this was the eye. They have this bright yellow eyes too, kind of interesting, yellow and green color. And yeah, and the animals are supposed to cuddle with kids and play with them. They chase each other. I see tigers, I see lions, I see panthers, I see like those animals. But they're little, they're like babies too. And kids enjoy them, and they say, "Oh, that's fine. I know what I don't feel alone. I feel much better here than in the other energies because this energy is closer to me because the adults don't understand me in the on the other side, because people who grow up, they're no longer connected to high vibrational selves in other lives, and they lose that ability to be wonder seeking and pretending and imagining because they're getting too busy with the programs of survival as an adult, and they lose the child in themselves. We feel good here. The dome is it just built because it actually, oh, they can see movies, they can see the world. Eh, it like I see the light goes out and through the dome there's like a stargate opens. It's really beautiful, like lights going like this, and you see other planets. Like, they the whole group of kids can focus on a planet that they like thinking of, maybe planet of gnomes or fairies or some other mystical creatures, and then they see that planet, how those creatures live. They see the story. It's like a history lesson, I don't know, but they actually kind of go through the tunnel themselves, through the Stargate, and they are on that planet. And that's what they call a fun interactive movie time after a day of playing with animals. That's what they do. A sec, I wanna drink something. Like, and you just like being there. You go there every night. You you have this child in you. You love little animals. You like the forest. You like the grass. You like everything that moves, and you like to be observant of anything, any other form of life, basically. You like sea life also. You like dolphins and fish, birds. You just came here to enjoy the variety of animals and pick which ones you like, and you're constantly in your mind on that side of the ice wall. By the way, it's like falling apart right now. It's flapping. The surface is flip-flopping, and it starts to uncover the inner worlds. And inner worlds have a lot of alien species, and they're gonna start coming out because there's something happening underneath. It's like you say boiling waters will make alien groups come up closer to the surface, and they'll start walking around, and people will start noticing them. Some of them could camouflage or could use some sort of mimicry type methods to kind of incorporate themselves into society, but people will still feel like they're weird, and I feel that about them very much. Um, so that's what's gonna happen. But then also, those alien groups will help some people in the areas of what humans call like natural disasters, but they are man-made mostly, or there are some natural, but they come as a result of man-made activity, um, because those are not even man. Those are robotic creatures looking like humans, so, who are incorporated into this system to challenge us all the time and to try to drag us into the matrix programs so we can be part of the egregor machines, because the more egregor machines, the more artificially created worlds um gonna start being opening up and created, the more souls they are gonna be in. And you're showing me something. It's kind of like, looks like a spider with big black eyes. Makes me feel sick a little. It has the wings sometimes, but then the wings go down. They're like I thought it was a fly, but it's a spider. And the spider says, basically, each of my 8 legs has an AI generated world attached to me, and that world contains all the programs that humans participating in. So there are humans who play as actors different games, like, you know, being this or that character that they not are because they lost the connection with the soul. So, and those are Gregor machines, kind of like some celebrities do. They have like a double, triple layered life, and all the other people, they play one role outside of the house, but inside they're totally different um, people with different characters. And so that this dualistic type people are gonna go to those AI generated worlds. I mean, they look like big spider webs, but they are it's more like a cube no spider webs, and then they shaped into some sort of cube because they intersect. And I don't want to touch it because I feel like it's sticky. There's something about that energy that it sticks to you, and you start being obsessed with particular programs, mm, of like popularity, being like a popular, or being all those materialistic type, like I see pictures of millionaires with big yachts, with castles, and boom boom boom. I see like a lot of them. Those are egregor machines that people are connected, but they are all directed. It's like an orchestra machine, and there's different rooms with different souls who participate in different programs, but the main AI director is that spider. And you're telling me that those are young souls, or souls who didn't get a chance to develop the understanding who they are, or connect to their souls because their souls are either taken over by some entities, or they themselves are blocking with their conscious mind in the physical body that ability to connect to the soul, because they didn't play enough to be rich man or rich woman or have a lot of influence or popular or whatever. But that's just the game. When they understand it's just the game, they'll feel like they lost a lot of time and not real good result comes out of it. But right now, it's just time for many people to understand that. And then you're saying, here, I have a book. Show me some book. It's like a box made out of crystal, but it's bright. It's like lit up. And when you touched it, it turned into a book. You say that you can turn it into any object you want to make it more understandable for me and for your physical self, that right now it's just you would like to disconnect from Saturn from the moon. Those are strong programs, and I see they're connected to you. It's like at the bottom of your neck. It's almost like some energy uh, strip that goes around and connects, especially Saturn. You are saying that, look, I'm gonna show you. And I'm like, it's weird. What I see is when you get real close to it, all those energy rings, they turn into worlds. It's like a world of Germany, for instance, comes year 67 and people living there. And then it's like, it's just boxes of energy created by souls who really thought that they left too early and they want to repeat that cycle of being born. And that's why they are doing what they're doing. And you say that Saturn I don't like because it attracts souls after they leave their bodies and then they go to party. The whole thing is about relaxation and partying, and some people depart the Earth's level without getting to do it, so they're constantly like stuck and sucked into this system. But it's not worth it. Plus, you're saying that they are going to relocate the scientists in Antarctica to planet Mars. Moon, it looks like you're saying that Moon is going to be different soon. Some people will be able to go to the moon, but the major egregor machine that people are connected to are the moon and Saturn here. And I see you taking like big scissors. And you said you've been waiting for this moment forever, but you wanted your conscious mind in the physical body to see it with your own eyes how you're cutting the strings with Saturn, with Moon. And I'm asking you, what about Mars? And you're saying, well, Mars is gonna be new hiding area for, it's gonna be like a, there's different projections of Mars. One of them is gonna be like a duplicate of the Earth system where people will just go there and live there in some sort of glass dome environments, because they'll be paid to do that and they will love to, that's why they would go for it, because they want to see how a physical body behaves in the newly transitioned Mars. And you say that your animals that you're there with, they always tell you how they feel, how everybody else feels, and what to do. Now I see, like, basically you're showing me there's some golden plates in your body, like little squares, and you're starting to, with your mind, telling them to go out. And you're saying, it's just the energies. It's the energies that they weren't compatible type thing with you, because you believe those are semi-implants that were being presented to humans as something valuable and good, when in fact, when people wear them, they get weaker. Because through things like rings and bracelets and necklaces, people can acquire energy of the others, and their own destiny, their own destiny that they create, a timeline that they're trying to create, is gonna go the wrong way, because all of a sudden, if you put two creators to start doing something or imagine something, would never work out. Mm. Do you have any questions? You know, your subconscious asking me. And this thing is, like, I also saw how you cut a lot of strings to a lot of people. And you promised to yourself to be gentle with yourself. And maybe you're saying sleep more. You're saying it's very hard to sleep because you get out of the body once you're asleep, once your body is asleep. And a lot of times you keep coming back from what you consider an important mission. You go check the planets seeded with animals, how they develop, how they adapt, and if they don't adapt, you put them on your spaceship. Your spaceship looks like call it. If you put like two cones together, that's how it looks. Because I feel like the fuel compresses the middle part where all the humanoids sit, like you. And then with that compression, it kind of like pushes from this with high speed from point A to point B, and that thing flies like crazy. But you said that you want to introduce me to somebody. It's me. It's me on that other side of the ice wall. And I'm just doing the same. I'm with animals. All animal lovers are gonna come together this year especially. Our people are gonna be strictly going to other people by their vibrational frequencies. There's no more being in big groups and like feeling each other's energy, especially the dark one. That's what you said is important. And then you're showing me 2 glasses of water. You say water is important, and then you you do this, and it's kind of like goes into the air, and you say that the water is going to spread. The ice is melting, water is going to spread. Why the ice is melting? Because the planet raising vibration, the original planet wants to escape, wants to show that it should be independent. Nobody should dictate what to do to anybody. So, but I see you cut off like clones off of you. You had 5. You took out all the plates from your body that were on the shoulders. Oh, they were on the chest, like 3 of them. They were on the feet, bottom of the feet. They were here too. Because basically the matrix, you're telling me, like I'm asking you who put those in you. Call the boss, cause who ordered this. And I see a gray. He moves like he's just totally AI generated robot thing, looking like gray to me. And he followed some gnome creatures, because you said that the energy of this planet is gonna go up to the point that it connects to all the ancient worlds, into all the worlds who could not show up in front of before our eyes, like uh and then you come up to the bush of the mint with mint leaves. You eat a couple and tell me that it's time to adapt to the mm, to eating leaves, to eating fresh greens, and to look at everything easier, easier. The old uh, templates do not work anymore. Those who still want to go by the old, never changing pattern, um, they might be going soon. But you're saying there's other people who hold the portals open for those souls to go away. That's what I see. And you're basically like a scientist who checks on different species and different planets. And you put the information together, and it's very valuable because because they just want to breed more and more and more, create more and more worlds. Because through expansion, the connection with your subconscious happens. Through action, you connect better to your own self up above. Mm. Look in the. So, do you want to ask a question?
Well, I've been curious what my purpose is on Earth.
To serve the humanity on one side and um, to serve the animals on both sides. But it's all put together into one big mixture of things, and you just want to be part of the transformation because you like the transformation. You like to see souls in human bodies adapt to the new selves, to the new vibration, to the changing of the sun, of the moon, of all the stereotypes and all the um, templates. They're going to be all returned and changed. And you thought it was fascinating to come here to do it, despite the fact that you created like a jar like from a jam, and you put that alien, the AI gray. And I told you you should ask him if he put any more implants into you. And plus, what did he do with your energy body? And how many strands of DNA in you? 74. Energy bodies, he wanted to create like new escape system. He laughs. Um, that's basically it. But you're also telling me there are meetings at different platforms above Earth because the a lot of souls in human bodies came here to kind of solve problems for humans to reach their highest potential faster without matrix and algorithms, um, speeding it low and failing to do just that. And it's important. Um,
Did you
You
say I had 116 lives, past
16, yeah.
lives?
116, yeah. Mm-hmm. But the 116 live, it's on a regional Earth. It's not on this Earth. It's like the Earth became split into two halves. You know, like that floor, black and white tiles? Like the
Mm-hmm.
white represents the original Earth, the black represents the Earth that they built, the AI generated Earth. But we are going back to the white Earth, to the original Earth. And that's why you're here now, to help animals to transition, because you're going to help them with you energetically. You cannot help all the animals, but at least some that you can, you do. That's your purpose. A lot of people are actually doing it. They're finding pleasure in only talking to animals. They more and more they understand they don't want to be part of human group societies connected to a lot of people. They would rather be connected to animals only, and that's what who you are. So, um, but yeah, you took everything. You took all the plates out, and so that's what it is. I mean, it's literally so beautiful. It's very interesting because when as we walk, we see fields of different flowers, but then we start seeing like buildings, and those buildings look like they were built according to the prototype from different countries and different timelines from the older kind of times. Um, so. And the reason why they built, you're saying the new layer of the AI generated one, because that's the only Earth where low vibrational beings like reptilians, greys, and all other low vibrational beings, aliens, can actually go in and manipulate people. The original Earth, the vibration is too high, they would make them sick. They cannot really do it. Um, so that's what it is. Hmm. You can ask if you want. Ask another question. I don't know. But that's what your purpose
Yeah,
is. You're just supposed to be and help the animals for now, because that's who you are. That's what you do. I mean, that's your specialty of your soul, to provide
the
support and
tarot
warmth.
card that I relate to is the strength, where the girl is opening the lion's mouth,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I feel like I have communication with the animals because they know I'm not going to hurt them, and even animals that are wild, I can soothe them into being my friend.
Mhm. Yeah. Totally. And that's your main purpose here. But I also see how you tried tried hard before, but now you're doing it. You're basically kind of like turning into a funny thing. You show me your energy bodies, and you put like one energy body after the other, and you created this big brush, and you're brushing off all all the energies that you don't need, all the thoughts, all the like, you cleansing basically mental, emotional bodies from all the programming from the outside that kind of like clings onto you, sticks onto you when you go in public where people are. And also, You're saying that you are just cleaning your DNA and at all the levels of your existence in different planets. And you're loving the process because basically everybody has to go through cleansing, self cleansing, and self understanding, from which comes self love, to stay with the original planet, because that's the only one that's going to provide a good grounds for becoming a true creator without any pressure from outside sources, which are going to be now, as outside artificially built sources are going to fall apart on the surface of the planet. Then we're going to be gravitating towards more natural everything. It's going to be a beautiful idea. But you said just wait for it. The water's going to spill, the wind is going to come and help water move. And then there's going to be a lot of like mushrooms and like you show me rain, you're showing me fields of mushrooms, fields of flowers, and they're all the same. It's kind of funny. Like you creating it with your mind, and I'm picking up on it. And you say, well, it's going to be real cute and fun, and I'm excited about it um, because you never know when everything's gonna break and break you know, in and out of this reality. So basically, everybody decides for himself or herself, unless you have heavy attachments. You had an attachment too, in the form of that, a tall gray with his little kind of like dragons or whatever they are. Those are gnomes turning into dragons. They keep turning. They have different DNA mix up. Um, yeah, basically, you're saying that you came by yourself, therefore you don't have a contract. But some of them got stuck on you when you saw a dream and imposed on you. Anyway, it wasn't even your choice. But some of them have to understand that um, you don't just do whatever is appropriate. But you said like more people should be understanding that they should be looking inwards, feeling inwards, creating inwards, and not checking on others, not peeking through each door hole to see what others are doing, because you should be unique and special and loving yourself. Yeah,
Mm.
one sec. I just saw there's like mm, a lot of trees, like big, huge trees with huge trunks, and they're all connected. And there's like a tunnels made out of vines in between them. And it's like you go through each one, and each tree is a connection. It's like doorway to another world. Like I saw as we were walking, you were showing me, I saw like a world of dwarfs. I mean, they kind of look like like Snow White and dwarfs. That's how they got all the stories. All the stories reflect the actual planets, the fairy tales that kids read. I mean, all those characters exist, but in different worlds, and we tap in by opening imagination and into other worlds, and then stories are created. Because the most fake story is like you tell me the most fake is here right now. Look at this disaster going on everywhere. Yeah.
I can't. I can't. put my energy into the negative things because I want to keep the vibration up. You know,
Yeah,
so many people are looking at the disasters, and I just think it's part of the plan, you know, to raise our consciousness, you know, and
it is.
that
Mm-hmm.
no one is ever dead, you know, energy just changes form.
Right.
So, you know, it may be a flash and someone's gone, but the reality is they're still here. They're just in their ball of energy instead of our human body.
Yeah, what you showed is that a rabbit hole, as you said, and when your body comes out of the physical, your real body, you call it that's real self. And
Yes.
I just like hear your voice and you show me like you go through this tunnel and you emerge. You basically visit the original Earth and you get a chance to see it. That's why you're saying that some people who have clinical death, they go to the place they call heaven, but it's really not heaven. That's how we are supposed to live. But we got hijacked it, and they uploaded a different program into our world, which is this black and white tile floor that you showed. That's a program of chess constantly fighting with each other, which side you take.
Yeah,
And
I think it's mostly male ego, you know, that not the I think the feminine power or the feminine spiritual upbringing, nurturing, you know, finding a path of kindness, you know, treating people the way you'd like to be treated.
yeah, yeah, but why people don't do it? Because as you say, you show me heavy. It's kind of funny how you show it to me. You show me a human being like a doll, right? And then you start putting suits on, multiple pairs of pants, multiple pairs of jackets, and you say that these are the programs. And in order
Right.
to, like, you can't really reason when you're overheated, exhausted, and bombarded with wrong information. You can't really focus on your task and your true self, because you need to unlayer so badly, and those, like you said, disasters help you unlayer, because you lose focus on the material. A lot of times you're like more inside yourself and connect to other people, the more emotional needs and spiritual needs rather than others, you know because when you are have everything, you're dying out of boredom, but a lot of time the focus of your attention goes towards more of that what you already have.
Mm.
That's what you're saying, that instead of like connecting to, the connection is broken. You show me like the tree, that's a connection, and the branches are broken, and a lot of people, they only have that tunnel of light or the trunk left, which connects to the moon or the Saturn, as you showed to me. But
Hmm.
then the funny thing, like for a short time, you pointed at the Mars. You said, well, that's a place where a lot of souls choose to continue their um, continue living. So basically, a lot of people will just disappear, but they would not lose the physical bodies, you're saying. They would go take a shuttle to Mars and continue living there in the same physical bodies they have here. And that's what
Hmm.
you're saying, in this chaos of of multi destruction that is gonna happen. Mm, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, because you said that first is heating up and then freezing, heating up, freezing, heating up, contraction. Like this kind of motion will create the natural. It's kind of like shaking, pushing out the unnatural naturally. That's what you're saying. So, yeah, it's designed, but only those who are cleansed from the influences from outside can actually mm, control the process. Oh, the puppy. Isn't it funny how right from the beginning I started
Duke,
seeing you with
he loves to
animals?
sing. Okay, Duke. Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah.
He hears a sigh. I love you too.
Oh, that's a puppy. 9 puppies, you said, or?
Well, he's grown up. He's a miniature schnauzer. And
Mm-hmm.
then his cohort, she's the one who had babies. She's a standard schnauzer and standard poodle. But I think
Mm.
she got together with a black lab. The
Oh,
puppies
that's nice.
have a round snout and they're really beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, well,
But
that's your specialty,
here's a,
Animals love you. That's what that's why
I
you're
love
doing
them
that.
too.
I mean, I just literally just saw this once I opened Skype, I saw your face and surrounded by all the different animals right away. But the previous two lives, one you were like knight on a horse. I see it clearly. And then another one, it's something connected to the I see like a baby floating in the basket. People screaming. Huh. I don't know, it comes to me as Nigeria. Constantly Nigeria, I hear it. It's like the water running. It's like a little stream of water. Oh, you were raised by animals. Your mom was going to be taken in Nigeria because she could manipulate energies, and she was. It's like a hunting for witches time or natural healers. And then she saved you by putting you in a basket. I was thinking, like, is it Egypt? But it's not Egypt, it's Nigeria. And she put you in a basket in this tiny little stream of water. And you came, I see like a bear taking you, like a mother bear taking you, and you're like 5 months old baby. Understand if it's a baby. Ah, it's a baby boy. It's like Mowgli. I'm telling you, it's just like interesting. But you grew up in a family of bears. Cubs. Because I see how you are getting into honey, wild bees. Like you put honey in water and you drink it. Just so funny.
Maybe I
And
made those bees mad because now I'm allergic to them.
must be, I don't know. It's just really funny. I see you collecting berries too and eating those. And I see you using like big leaves as plates. You literally like make holes with your claw on the sides, and you put like a grass string around and you pull it, and you can create a bowl for water. And you take water from the oh my, there's such big mangoes and something. I almost like wanna like take it and eat it. It smells so good. There's some sort of berries, they smell like grapes so much, like super fragrance of grapes. Um, this is Earth number 4. It's not a number 3. Oh my, you've been like. So the night you were a number 3, so you're very physical. Uh, you wanted to be a knight because you wanted to experience the war. There was some sort of war and physicality and why people go to war. Why? Like what program activated in the brain for you to become motivated to kill others? You wanted to feel that. And then you didn't like that level. You didn't like anything and you felt like you couldn't change it because you felt like there's gonna have to be other timelines at this level for people to go through many, 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 many wars to the point when they would reach so much, they would raise their consciousness and understanding, and mostly they would want to do something else, something more that develops you and raises your consciousness even more rather than doing the war because it kind of like stagnates the consciousness. And that's when you went into this baby mode thing on the 4, I can say 40 years, I don't know, like that projection. And then you were just like in the tropics with the animals. And I see the Black Panther, like you literally like the tail, you kept playing with it. And the panther was talking to you. It's like a big cat. It actually has more like a cat's face rather than panthers like we see it on the real animal. And then I see like you talk to Lion King. You say I've been in that story. There's a Lion King, absolutely. He dictates what animals say and do, and he has the energy of the sun and he's connected to the original sun. That's why he kind of looks like one. And his hair represents the all the rays around the sun that we draw for a reason because those antennas and those are emitters of energy that's supposed to needle like be like needles of energy infiltrating penetrating everything and everybody and all the surfaces and bring the new programs that you download, and they're supposed to be uplifting programs, but they for a long long time they turned it upside down and they started telling people that sun is bad, and because they started putting filters over to prove that it is bad, to divert humans from the sun, much like they diverted humans from the science coming from different ancient cultures. And those science are very good. But they made the bad characters of this theater play use those signs and therefore make transform them into negative, attach the negative meaning to them, but they're not negative. They spin the vibration, they spin out frequencies, they help you vibrate higher. But if they're used in a negative way, they would be they can be used in a negative way, just like a white and black magic that you think it is white and black, but it's not white and black, it's only one magic. You can just use it into negative way or positive way. That's what it is.
Yeah, if I have consciousness, I choose the higher, you know,
Mm-hmm.
choose what's going to help humanity. Like you said earlier, I'm that's why I don't want to get sucked into the news or the politics or anything like that because it makes people change. They just turn into, I don't know, they turn into warmongers, even, amongst each other. So tell my friends, I don't want to talk about politics because I want to have you as a friend. I don't want, I know who you are, and without that thought in your head, we'd still be friends. No.
Yeah, yeah, you're actually standing there, and that's why it made me laugh because you said, well, only psychopaths going into politics. You know that. It's a big egregore machine. You have to be a crazy person to do that in your life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, my mom said that she went to a fortune teller when she was real young, and the fortune teller told her that she would have 3 children, and she did, and this was be years later. And then she said that her middle child would be famous, and I'm the middle child, and I've been thinking, I wonder what I'm going to be famous at. And then I said, well, I don't want to be famous until I'm dead because I don't want every piece of me given away to humanity, because famous people don't have any privacy. They don't have any peace, their own space. Everybody is taking it from them. So I
Right.
said, I'll wait till I'm dead or out of
Well,
this body.
the truth is that fortune tellers, they just see one of the possible timelines and they tell that. And if you truly believe that fortune teller, you will just create that timeline for yourself. And that's precisely why, she basically told you be popular, but it wasn't what your soul wanted for you. That's why you didn't, because ultimately, at the end of this all, we are the only ones who create our life. So if we don't believe the fortune teller, if she didn't believe her and she wanted to have 4 kids, she would have had four. You know what I mean? Or two, she would have had two. It happened to me actually. My grandma went to fortune teller and she actually told her that my mom was gonna pass and she did. But then she said that I was gonna live far away across the many oceans from her because she's in Ukraine. And that's how it happened. But she said that I was going to have a boy and a girl. Guess whom I had? I had a boy and a girl. But then I decided I wanted another boy and another girl. So I ended up with 2 boys and 2 girls. See, I was the one directing my life because I
Uh-huh.
figured, well, she said that, but I'll prove her otherwise. If I
Well,
want more, I'll have more.
I think I probably, number one, didn't want the fame because I was selfish about, not having a life.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, I never created it because I kept thinking that uh, what I was going to be famous at, the idea would come to me and I would pursue that path. But I
Mhm.
haven't found anything in my consciousness that leads me to anything famous. So I'm okay with loving the animals. When you were saying that earlier, it was like, oh, I can just relax. I can be at peace for the rest of my life, knowing that all I have to do is deal with animals, which I love.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you got to this point of consciousness when you say that that's ideal, that's the best because people usually search for connections with people, other people, they need like getting together, spending time with your, friends and but this is really like its surface of the matrix kind of programming, all this, which really should be making you happy is a connection to nature and animals and being with yourself too. Because through them you find the way to your own self. That's how we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took care of my mom for 10 years until she passed. She had Alzheimer's. And then I came back to Utah, and almost immediately a man was attracted to me. And, I thought, well, I haven't had a partner since 2005, so I was eager to have someone hug me. And it ended 2.5 years later with domestic violence. So I've been spending a lot of time by myself, and I have never been successful in relationships. The longest one I've had is 4 years in my whole life, and I'm
Hmm.
73 tomorrow. So,
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
spending
So interesting.
spending time home alone. I've been doing internal work,
Mm-hmm.
to like learning how to doing projection and learning to be one with my center, with the universe, actually, which is inside me,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel so comfortable. I just
Huh. Yeah, because
I'm
it's
I'm
it's
I'm,
true
oh,
you.
I'm throwing the grief out, as it comes up, because I don't need that, and it's a breath of fresh air. I'm starting to do the things that I want to do,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And after, I mean,
puppies,
this year
they're
is
all
gonna be
perfect.
interesting show going on, and after this year, it's gonna be even more interesting. So you've just been waiting for it, and there's always a reason why, we're doing this session with you
Mm-hmm.
today,
Yeah,
because it's
I
like you
always
needed to know and confirm that, you have a strong connection and you're doing the right thing right now. So
yeah,
don't doubt anything. And
yeah.
this year, anyway, we're supposed to be going with the flow and trusting that our soul will take it, will take
Yeah,
us where we're supposed to be. And there's really nothing we're supposed to do in this life. We're supposed to find enjoyment in connecting to nature and animals. That's all. And all those programs about, "Hey, I need to be doing something, learning constantly." No, you don't have to learn anything. Technically, you actually have all the knowledge inside.
mm-hmm.
It's just those resources. When you read a book, listen to somebody, it reminds you about that knowledge and makes you a little, creates a little breach of connection to that knowledge, which uncovers and reminds you, and then the neural linking opens up the little messages and
Yeah.
memories.
Well, all the things that we've been socialized away from as human beings, as we grow in consciousness and awareness, a lot of our animalistic traits that we had when we were just becoming human beings, we were still in animal kind of a form. So our ears, turned, we could hear better, we could smell better, we
Mm-hmm.
could hear the crack of a branch that's 40, 50 yards away,
Right.
where now we're not so concerned with survival as we were then. But then all those things like ESP and just that kind of awareness has been, like you said, put jacket and another jacket and another jacket until, you know, people live their lives like this now,
Mm-hmm.
instead of going out and hunting and gathering water, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying. That's
Yeah.
just very shallow look at things because I'm in a human form, and
Mm-hmm.
I see I've been pretty quiet and observing most of my life. Not to say that I haven't been extrovert too, but I've kind of weighed things and understand why things happen, especially just a critical analysis of my own life. And I look at the negative things that had happened to me in the past, and I always had that idea that something positive was going to come out of it. 5 years later, when I turn around and look back, I know if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am now. And
Exactly. Yeah.
so the negative things or my failures, um, I now I look at them with excitement because I can't wait to find out, what the good thing is that is going to come out of it. So I don't have that depressive feeling about those things now. Now it's like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder why it happened, because now I'm going to be curious to find out.
Right. Yeah, well, that's the truth because your subconscious showed me the black and white floor. It's like you're in duality. That's why you need to have some failure, like black, which you call failure, but it's actually a boosting mechanism to boost something in the
Yeah,
white
a
square.
catalyst to something better.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are really doing a lot though now because you are watching the animals and bringing them to the children and all this stuff. You're kind of taking care of that side, and you keep telling me the water, we must take care of the water because it's going to be spilling a lot, and they'll try to manipulate it to, to block the knowledge that comes through water, to block the purity that comes through water, so that negative side of this duality and the beings there are gonna try to do something with the water. So
Yeah, because
yeah,
water's life. And if they
right,
taint the water, it will taint our thinking. And if they want
right,
us to dumb down, then they'll do something to the water, because that's the one thing besides air that we have to have.
right,
Otherwise we'll shrivel up and blow away.
right. Yeah, and it looks like there's gonna be, like, I don't know, you're saying 6 to 8 months before the eruption happens, which, like I told you, you showed me like a carpet laying on the floor, and that's the surface where we're at, and then that on the side it opens up and it starts like shaking like this. It's almost like convulsing, and that's just the original energy of the earth that's been kept inside the earth, like inside the egg, is starting to erupt. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 8 months. Interesting. That's very interesting because I always see that fall is gonna be something happening. Basically, you confirmed it too. We'll see. But yeah, well, no. Do you want me to look at something else, or because I
I
feel
can't think
like,
of anything.
let's see, what else do you see? The labs are gonna be taken out from the surface, from underground, from surface. The world is gonna split. Some stuff is gonna remain. Some is gonna go, but the layers are gonna be gone. There's 12 layers. They're gonna go. I feel like the new type of life that we're gonna have is not gonna involve much thinking around the clock, because you're showing me the time, the clock, and you're just trying to spin the handles and say like this is not gonna matter much, and because schedules are not gonna like be as precise and everything. It's not gonna be about that. It's more about accomplishment in the spirituality and the world of energy, in learning to connect to each other and learn that one one influences the others through action and thought and imagination. And imagination creates worlds and creates cities, creates buildings, creates everything. And you're like drawing like a dollar bill and you're canceling it out, and you say that that's when I'm gonna see that at some point. It's not gonna be this thing. Mm, trying to look like a year from now, if on this timeline, if your frequency doesn't change, which is this timeline. I can see you being happy, but I also see the sun is different, the sky is different, the brighter, everything's brighter, and it's like like the rainbow when you see it in the sky, but I see the whole world is like a rainbow in all the time. It's it's not that the world is going to change, but our perception is changing, and our eyes are open to wider spectrum of light. We'll see more. We'll see more. But I just see you are pretty much happy and doing the same. But you're happy with what you saw because you wanted to see it. You came here to see it, and you helped a lot of souls of animals to cross over and to that other world. And you connected them to the original bodies of their owners. Some of them are still on this side after the split, and others are there. It depends what you want. But there's gonna be a split into two worlds, two thinking. But then it's gonna be an illusion of split. I mean, it's like you're saying it's a split, but it's not a split because at some point you'll be together with the people who are thinking the same, who are seeing the same, who have a wider understanding of emotional needs of everybody, and that we are different. But in difference, we find comfort, peace, and understanding. That's what you're saying. Because you show me energies, different energies, and you spread them, you connect them, and you show me like pictures, like holographic pictures based on those energies. That's what it is. And then you take me to some worlds, like flying. Those are not even like looking like cars, but something like looking energy that is around the person who sits in the chair. Looks like a car, but it's flying. Doesn't have wings or anything, just flying like an object. So that's very far away, but in terms of your soul, it's not that far away. And at some point people are going to abandon this idea that they want to live forever because transition is fun, and because there's more to explore.
Yeah,
and
I
and the, mhm.
I have I can't say I've never been afraid of death. I never really thought about it. So I wasn't afraid of it then when I wasn't thinking about it. And when I began to think about it, knowing that we just change form, I'm thinking, well, there is no death, you know?
And you decide by yourself when you're clean. You decide when. I mean, because you kind of feel it. You know it when you want to go, when you're bored, when you're tired, when you've done everything you did. And it's so easy. It's just kind of like going to sleep, but waking up in another world. That's all it is. Because it really is. You never know when. Some people just prefer not to know at a conscious level, at a soul level. But then they kind of
I'm
that's
just
why
ready
sometimes
for
they
what
don't realize they're dead.
I was going to say. I just, I'll take it when it comes. I'm not worried about it. Just like those Christians that were in the lions' dens. They weren't afraid. They knew that there was something better on the other side, and it they just went calmly into it.
Yeah, better is because they created this fake heaven thing, that felt more like vibrationally closer to the soul's original vibration. But where where you at the original Earth, this is more like the real high vibration there. And it depends where you want to be, because your thought of wanting takes you whenever you want to be. You can check out where you came from, you can check out a lot of places, and all it takes is you think of it and you're there. So, but you are the one really who chooses the date of your passing, you know. So, unless you're taken over by entities or aliens who actually decide for you, or you have a contract or something, but you don't. You
Is that a
somehow
good?
manage to only have that gray and those doors, or whoever they are, like little gnomes, or I saw. But it's because you were trying to change the system. That's what I feel about you, but you didn't succeed. You just got attachment to that gray who actually created those implants that you pushed out, the plates I saw in your body that you threw out.
So I don't have any more plates in my body.
Mm-mm. No.
And the gray is in a jar. Did I put him under in a
You put him in the jam jar and just threw him out of in the portal with the
Oh,
gnomes who
good.
followed. Yeah, he's like a flying object. Just you're kind of funny. You're funny there because you incorporate something from the physicality into there with your jokes. That makes it fun. But yeah, you totally like bare feet on the grass, like running around with the animals, playing with them, going to check on children, going back. It's your part of the that's what you chose for yourself to take care of. And that part. So you're one of those people who are basically gonna survive on planet Earth, because this year is gonna be pretty crazy. But you just wanted to, your soul wanted to have this session to, yeah, to tell your conscious mind, your physical self, that you're gonna survive this year. Actually, that you're gonna be fine.
Well, I hope I can bring some others along with me and let them know that they're going to be fine too.
Well, you're gonna attract those people. We are regrouping right now, naturally getting magnetized to those who are gonna get through it, and we're kind of we're exchanging. Um, it's almost like what I see, like electric information field with bubbles of knowledge type thing. We just like through those connections that we keep in touch with somebody, or we talk to this person shortly, or and you'll see it more and more. The people who are you randomly meet are actually of your vibration. They talk about the same stuff, they know the same things, they understand what's going on. So it's like magic. The other people are going to
Mm,
be just like a movie, like a film. I mean, they're walking around, but they never come to you because they're of a different world, of a
mhm.
different reality, kind of. Yeah. But we'll be able to see all the realities to the point that it's complete split, which will happen soon. Yeah. Everybody feels that. People just come to me, and people I know who are like not even awakened. They say, well, something's gonna erupt, something's happening, and I don't know what this feeling is strange. What is this? Yeah, get ready. But yeah, it was very interesting to we should stop recording, and you know You can ask me some personal questions or whatever you want. I don't know. Still have 30 minutes left.
So
Yeah.
how